I had just spent 4 weeks traveling across Asia, making videos and living out of hotels. I carried my overweight suitcase up the stairs full of clothes and shoes from Japan. I wheeled it into my sneaker room and looked around. Every time I walk in here, I usually feel two things: gratitude and a sense of pride, like I had earned something. But this time, I felt weight, like I had just walked into a problem that I didn't know I had. Back in 2019, I nervously placed my phone on a tripod, picked up my $30 microphone, and spoke my first words to a camera. What I didn't know then was that this would be the single most important decision I had ever made. But this video isn't really about that decision, it's about what came after. Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. When I first started making videos about sneakers, I looked at the other channels that were doing it at the highest level. They all had one thing in common: collections that made these creators look like they belonged in this space. Now, I had maybe 5 pairs, my latest was still being paid off by Afterpay, so I started building. Not just because I loved sneakers, and I did, but because I thought without a collection behind me, I was just some random, inexperienced guy yapping to a camera about things I was still learning. Somewhere in the middle of all of that, there were moments that I really didn't expect. Over the years, you guys have seen me move out of my parents' house, move into my first home, buy my first car, get engaged to the love of my life, and embark on one of the biggest new chapters by launching Unlucky Cloud with Dylan. Even though all of these moments are big and important, what I never expected to hit me as hard as any of them is the small stuff. When I first got these, I had just bought my first gimbal and I tried my best at cinematic B-roll to shoot these things. Alongside me was my girlfriend, who was holding the gimbal upside down, crouching over as I'm taking these steps, and we're getting this cinematic 360 shots of these things. These were the shoes I wore when I went to the airport to pick up my brother Dylan. He had just been living out in Australia for the past 4 years, and it was the first time I was going to see him. This was the very first piece of clothing that a brand sent me, and I remember thinking like, man, I've got to be an Instagram model now, so I've got to post some pictures of me posing in it. During my trip to New York with my girlfriend, I was going around different places trying to buy this pair of shoes. And when I finally found the one resale store that actually had a pair, they were charging something I just could not afford. But someone who watched the video messaged me and reached out and offered to sell his pair to me for an incredible deal. And that's this pair of sneakers right here. These, I just remember a feeling of excitement when I was clocking out from my day job and knowing that I was gonna go and record a review for whatever sneaker it would be that day. It was super late at night, but just being able to do something different and build the YouTube channel alongside work. I bought these the same time I was finally able to afford a pair of shoes for my dad. Got him a pair of Yeezys. Each one of these things is a moment, a version of me that I can actually point to. And now I'm selling all of it. I can't tell you an exact video where things changed, but at some point I stopped filming just a sneaker and started filming experiences. Investigating cities, wear tests, factory tours, replica markets, and somewhere in that shift, I stopped needing all of this. Right, well, I guess the best place to start is to just start. I think roughly on the shelves, we're looking at about 200 minimum. Got this whole closet. I just set up this little area over here where we got some lights, like that one, pointing down, and I'm just gonna set the phone up on the tripod, just take some top-down photos, crack a cold one, and get started. Paid $300 for these. Some of these shoes I forgot I even owned. Alright, 40 minutes has elapsed and I just finished this quadrant. With the math, this is gonna take all day, maybe multiple days. Better power up. Okay, so my worst fear has just been confirmed. So after a rough count and taking a picture of all of these shoes on the shelf, I realized there's more. We're close to 300 pairs spread out around the house. And then on top of all of the sneakers, there's the clothing situation as well. Yeah, I gotta work on trying to get rid of a lot of this as well. Also gonna have some stuff that you may have never seen before. Something like this. This is a pair of custom ACG Nike shoes that an Asian company called Panda Prank created. We got some Adidas China exclusives, wild 3D printed shoes like these things. I mean, man, this is insane. You guys are gonna be able to experience a 3D printed shoe for a fraction of the cost. Now look, I am gonna be keeping some like these that I keep by the door that I wear on a very regular basis. No, you guys are not taking my 1050s away from me. Like some of this stuff I just cannot get rid of. My Off-White 5s, I got these like literally the same week Virgil passed. So this is like my Virgil memory shoe. I don't think I'll ever get rid of these. This pair is actually the Air Max 1000 that Cornelius gave me. He's the CEO of Zellerfeld. And this was his personal pair that he literally gifted me when I went to Vegas for Complex Con. So yeah, definitely not getting rid of these. There's also just a lot of stuff that kind of, it's just really hard to get rid of, like, you know, pirate blacks. Think about these and how much I wanted them. If I get rid of these, when am I ever going to have the opportunity to get these again, that they're not going to be stupidly expensive? Same thing with the Zebra 350s. Like, these are never coming back. But at the same time, I've also got to keep in mind, like, these are the kind of problems that got me into this situation in the first place. I also have a lot of sneakers that I have grossly overpaid for. These bad boys making another appearance on the channel. I've definitely spoken about these in the past. Can you see that price tag? $585. I'm pretty sure they're like maybe 50 bucks now. These Travis Scotts, I paid $1,800 for them. I bought them early for a video, but yeah, I'm never going to be getting that money back. I'm gonna be making a loss on a lot of these shoes. But then of course, I'm fortunate enough to have shoes like this, where I didn't have to pay anything for them. A brand sent me these. So I'm gonna be able to give people like absolute steals. I mean, my goal for all of this stuff that I'm listing is to make all of them the best prices that you can find for any of these shoes. What started as the collection that I really thought got me to where I am today now just feels like something that's holding me back. And a big change is happening this year that I'm not ready to talk about just yet. But standing in this room, I know I can't take all of this with me. Not physically, and honestly, not mentally either. Also got a lot of very weird shoes. This is a pair that I bought one of my first ever like sneaker shopping videos. Here we are today where those are some of my best performing videos is when I leave the studio. What was that city I went to, that abandoned city? Like, think about that. I'm a sneaker YouTuber yet and I went to an abandoned city. Make that make sense. Damn, we got the OG 350s. Damn. Remember Yeezy Day? And they would literally just have a day where people would sit on the Confirmed app because every hour they were dropping a new pair of shoes. Take a look at that, man, the creams. So if any of you are interested in picking some of these up for yourself, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm gonna list it all on my website called sneakyhq.com. And because for the most part, this is my personal collection, a lot of them are going to be the same size, which is a US 9. I do have some different smaller and slightly larger sizes, but that's about it. Some of these are pairs that I've worn, some are brand new. And like I said, I'm hoping I can give you guys some amazing deals so you feel really happy about what you get. And you can enjoy some of these sneakers that I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's a similar story with the clothing. I do have a lot of brand new clothes, but I'm also going to be listing some of the stuff that I've worn before. There is a little bit more variation in sizing when it comes to the clothes, but again, it's my personal stuff. And I'm not going to list it all at the same time. It's going to be done in drops. The first one happening this Sunday. I'll put up the times on the screen over here. It is well and truly a bittersweet feeling. Reality is none of this got me to where I am today. You guys did. Whether you were around for the Riverside cinematic B-roll shots that did 360s on occasion, or part of some of the sneaker shopping episodes, whatever it is, thank you for watching and supporting the channel. I'm super excited about this next chapter, and I think you guys are going to be too. This is far from the end. This is the beginning.